Okay, are you ready for an accretion and dilution exercise? I just want to show you what you can I don't want to blame this on anybody, but what some people might do with simple market data on projected earnings per share and stock prices. And I want to show you that we'll make a new sheet, Control N to make a new sheet. And let's insert a couple. I'm not even using Shift F11 this time. And let's say we want to have Google buy General Electric. Okay, what a silly thing to do. But I'm just showing you kind of how you can do this. So I'm going to take a value line report for Google. Why don't we select the whole thing and just put it into a sheet. Okay, and here we go. Google, and let's do the same thing for General Electric. So, okay, and okay, right next door. Okay, of course that would be a reason for an acquisition, is they've got the same first letter. Okay, I see. Maybe we get some synergies from that somehow. Okay, and let's put this on the next page. Okay, and then we now let's write a couple of things down. So GE, the stock price is 23.67. That's one thing we need to know. And then I hope, where does this tell you the number of shares? And the shares are just down here, 10, about 10,027. 10,027. And that is in millions. Is that right? And so the market cap is that one. Okay, so 260. Why? Okay, why we get 265 here versus 2. Okay, I'm gonna leave that, and then the projected earnings. We have some earnings, so let's put 2014 and select that and go to 2019. Alt EIS. Okay, oops, one more. Alt EIS. Okay, EPS here for 2014 we have 1.7, and for 2015 we have 1.85. Is this too boring for you to look at this? And then let's assume that 2018, how's that? That's going to be 2.7. Now if we wanted a growth rate in between here, what you could do is put equal and take this number divided by this number and raise that to the, how many periods do we have in between? 1, 2, and 2 periods, and then we add 1. So we raise that to the 1 divided by 3. Okay, and that gives us, that's the growth rate. I'm going to copy and paste special. There should be maybe we should have a some sort of function to do this. Okay, so we take this one, copy it here. Whoops. If we take this one multiplied by this one, we get this. Take this one multiplied by this one, we get this. And we get one more. Okay, that's a little bit of interpolation, so hopefully that's part of the exercise. So we have the number of shares, the market cap, and the share price. Now I'm going to do this for Google, and I'm going to turn off the... Okay, I just did that for Google. I think it was better just to do the calculation up here of this little interpolation thing. Let's just remind how that worked. This was we take the n number divided by the begin number, and you go and you look how many are in between. 2 are in between, and you add 1 to the amount that are in between. Or you could count the total number and subtract 1 on your fingers, you know? 1 divided by 3. So we get a 17% growth rate. And this is just pure market data. Okay, well, market data, analyst data. And now we'll put accretion, N&A analysis, and we'll put accretion. Does that mean? Okay, and let's start with putting the stock price. Maybe we'll put it over here, stock price. Okay, and let's put, why don't we put GE here, and then Google down here. I was going to try to do some fancy indirect thing, but that would be ridiculous. So we take the GE stock price and the Google stock price. Okay, and then I hope you don't mind that you should mind that I can't even type like that, but okay. And then let's do the same thing with the shares. And we get the GE shares, and we get the Google shares. Okay, and finally, let's put the earnings per share that are projected. And we put 2014 and EIS. And I think we just stopped here. Whoops. Okay, and then let's put the, and of course I put it in the wrong place. Let's move that up. And let's first get the GE earnings. Yeah, okay. Now what we're going to do is do a consolidation analysis where we see, okay, Google is going to be the buyer. Okay. If we would take the PE ratio and look at the share, the PE ratio, I think Google would have a lot higher. I know they'd have a lot higher PE ratio, so that's really why they're going to be the buyer. That's the whole trick for this whole thing. And what we want to do is maybe down here put consolidated. Now let's actually here, why don't we excuse me, we'll do that later. So if we want to, let's put a transaction assumptions, and let's really just put the premium here, and let's put synergies. But let's say that synergies are nothing. This is the whole issue with this kind of analysis. Let's say the premium is, well, 40%. Okay, so you have to pay a big premium. Google has to pay a big premium to buy General Electric. Okay, now when they do this, here's what we can do: is let's put a share exchange ratio without the premium. Okay, that exchange ratio says, well, if you are a holder of General Electric and then you trade your shares, it's like a currency. This is euro and this is, I don't know, dirham. If you have this many euro and you want this many dirham, what's your exchange rate going to be? So let's say we have GE's stock. We take their target and divide it by the acquirer. So we would be willing to take, for each share of GE, we would be just very, very happy taking 0.4189 would be indifferent. Now let's put the exchange ratio with the premium, and all we do this time is we take 1 plus the exchange ratio and multiply that by the 1 plus the premium and multiply that. So now we do better. So now we get more Google shares. That gives us a 40% premium. Now from Google's perspective, how many shares do they have to issue? Well, you have to take the total GE shares. Okay, so new Google shares. We take the total GE shares that we started with, and we multiply that by the premium. So, we almost have to double our shares. Oh no, this must be creating dilution, don't you think? Well, now let's see the projected earnings. So now let's do our, maybe I should have put this really thin, and we put these are our assumptions. This is transaction assumptions. We could put this market. How about market assumptions? These are transaction assumptions, and let's put projected earnings. Now it could be, I suppose it could be the case, and let's put GE. Now we're going to put these earnings not in terms of shares, but in terms of monetary amount. So let's just multiply this by the number of shares. Now, I suppose you could say, maybe these analysts made a forecast of a different number of shares. And you'd be right. Maybe you'd have to look at that, into that further. So that I'm not, did I do that? When I did this one, did I do that correctly? Yeah, okay, this is the two earnings. Okay, so shift control 1, so then we can put combined. And why don't we select the whole thing, alternate equal. I still can't quite. Was there a faster way to make that alternate equal work? Probably. Okay, and then we have total Google shares, total combined shares, or total shares in combined company, and that is these shares over here. Okay. Oops. I better just F4 that. Okay, and I don't have my Shift Control R here, unfortunately. And then we have new, so consolidated EPS, which is just this divided by this. Okay, and then we put standalone EPS. And that is what we have for Google in the first place. Oh my god. That looks too dramatic. But I don't see, it's pretty straightforward what we did. If we made a 0 premium, it's even more dramatic. If we made a 200% premium, we're starting to get nothing. Okay. I'll leave it at 50%. And then we can put the years up here. Okay, and here's the key thing to this. We put no premium whatsoever into this amount. I mean, no synergies. We're paying an enormous premium. And we're getting this odd thing that it looks like, oh my gosh, the shift alternate F1. Okay, and there's our premium and dilution analysis. Okay, or premium, accretion and dilution analysis. Okay, and the main thing is to beware of this kind of stuff. Something is not correct here. You're just playing a game of PE ratios. There's a reason that Google's PE is so much higher, and that's because these, in order to justify such a high PE, these have to be way, way up later on, and you're not paying the same GE, so you're just playing a PE game. I didn't kind of explain that very well, but, and then if we wanted to color everything, we'd go to constants, take out the text, put a color in. Okay, and oh, that's because these came from another sheet. Oh yeah, well, I could do that sheet analysis later, but oh no, and so that's that accretion and dilution exercise. If you want to come to class, it's www.financeenergyinstitute.com. I'm sorry to advertise. I should have warned you that I was advertising. Okay, and I'll save that, and that will be on another exercise on the disk. And that's enough. 18 minutes to do it.